a great final episode of the year in store for you, but before we get to the excitement, I sincerely want to thank the episode sponsor, the final sponsor of the year, Appalachian Rocks. Appalachian Rocks is a United States seller. Check out their website for jewelry and jewelry supplies. Visit AppalachianRocks.com or go check them out on Etsy. They take PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, Facebook Pay, credit card, basically anything you can think of, all the stuff that I take. Follow them on social media, there's a link in the video description below, and use promo code PAWNMAN, capital P, capital M, all one word, for 20% off. And with that, you guys, let's get into the final episode of the year. All right, I got some old magazines, you say? Yeah. Let's take a look. Oh, wow. Your president is not a crook. Except, besides being a complete crook through and through. It's been sitting around for a while?
Yeah, it's been sitting around. I had a house that one of my guys, one of my buddies bought. And I guess it's been vacant for like, I don't know, maybe like 20 years or so.
Well, yeah, it's. I can tell that these didn't get exposed to any mold.
Yeah.
How many magazines are here?
About 30 maybe.
Do you have a price in mind? Do you want? Looks like online they're about $5-10 each.
Yeah, some of them. I mean, there's some that are like 75.
Okay, this one's probably one of the more expensive ones, I would think. I don't really like having these kinds of collectibles because they're so, it's all about condition. It's so easy to destroy paper.
Yeah, I know.
We had some old Sports Illustrated in the basement.
Yeah.
I just took a peek at them because our basement's pretty damp. They're probably gonna take them off eBay. I think they got destroyed. $150 for the plow. I don't envision getting more than $250 on this stuff, and I don't think it'll sell quick. So I gotta make some money too. I do $180. That's kind of as high as I want to go on old magazines.
Man, I know there's some good stuff in here, man. Let's do 200, man.
I'll do 200 just because I like the history. I do a lot on social media, and I just want to show this off because it's cool. I don't know how much money I'm going to make, to be straight with you. I might make a little bit. This won't sell quick, but yeah, I could do 200 because it's cool stuff. All right, get you right over here. Yeah, I'm not going to make a whole lot of money in this deal, but this is some pretty cool stuff, and it's good for a TikTok, and guess what? I make a lot of money in views. Not a lot, but enough where it'll counterbalance. I definitely won't lose money in this deal. So this post, this is probably about $50 right here. He wasn't kidding. But I mean, it's a lot of Nixon stuff. Dean versus Nixon. The Nixon tapes. The freeze. Daytime TV. The Agnew case. Modern screen. The Nixon tapes. Good housekeeping. Dr. Joyce's brother says, maybe you're not too fat. Nixon. So it's mostly Nixon stuff. How Dean Martin's wife hurts Mia. Oh, jeez. Can he survive? Spoiler alert. Nope.
I shall resign the presidency effective at noon tomorrow.
One of the greatest bastards of history is this man. All right, let's see how many items I got. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 7, 28. So $7.14 each. Yeah, I'll do okay on this, but like paying my employees to list this is probably more like a break-even kind of thing. But again, the history is good, and I can make a great video about this, so this is worth it.
Today, Evan Kelly is my guest. Hello, Evan. Thank you so much for taking the interview and share your stories.
Nice to have you, and thank you so much for taking this kind of interview.
Say that again, please.
That is considered as the highest diplomatic gift possible for individuals from Chinese diplomats as a thank you.
Thank you, accredited journalist Jessica from Beijing Daily. It's not from Amazon, is it?
It's not from Amazon. It's definitely not from Amazon.
Sorry,
This might be the only time that such a prestigious diplomatic gift was presented to an individual.
I have heard that one. Yeah, that one blows me away. Apparently Richard Nixon got one.
You might be the second one.
Huh. What really threw me, and I said this in a TikTok, when they gave me the gift, they didn't tell me what it was, and I didn't ask for it. I didn't know I was getting anything. I didn't ask for anything. I didn't give it to get something back. I gave it because I just thought it was the right thing to do. So they said, they gave me the letter. Okay, this is beautiful. Thank you. I'm going to frame this. I actually have that letter and another letter from a gentleman in Hong Kong in the government framed right over here. But then they said, we have a gift for you. It is very important. And they presented me with the national gift. And they didn't say, this is a national gift. We don't give this to most presidents. They just gave it to me. And they're very humble about it because of this, the meeting. And, again, they didn't embellish what it was. They didn't brag about it. They didn't explain it. They just gave it to me and said, it's important. Take care of it. So, I took it home and I had it here in my store. And I made the video. I posted the video the day that I donated it to him because I've been filming stuff for a while. So I made a YouTube video about all this. And, the video started the first day of the drama taking place. So I got home and I'm looking at the comments and I'm seeing people saying, do you know what they gave you? No, what they give me? And then I found out what it was. And I came running here, Jessica, in the middle of the night. I got an Uber, came flying over here because I was worried somebody was going to steal it as soon as because I didn't know. So I had to go and do all having the book, keeping the book safe was some spy level stuff. I had friends trading it off in parking lots, no cell phone, because I was so worried about it getting stolen. I basically had to do the same thing with this gift. And I had to elaborately get it out of the cities and get it into hiding. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with it now. I'm trying to see if a local museum wants to house it because I'm really worried about it getting stolen. I just can't believe that was what was given to me. And more, just how they gave it to me, they were so humble about it. I wish they would have told me.
What will you do with this yellow porcelain pot?
So I'll never sell it. I've had people tell me I'd get millions of dollars for it, but it's not, if I'm not gonna make millions of dollars off this book, I'm not gonna make millions of dollars off the gift that I get in return. It's mine forever, and I'm gonna treasure it forever. Again, I'd like to have a local museum here in Minnesota take it, mainly for insurance purposes, because I need to get it insured and appraised in case something happens to it. And again, I hate putting a dollar amount on this thing, but it is now the most valuable thing I own by far. So I need to protect it, and I'd like to display it. I can't display it in my store here. I'm worried something's going to happen. But I think a museum here in Minnesota would be great because it speaks to what I did. It speaks to the education again about the whole thing. It continues to perpetuate the truth about the Pacific Holocaust. And in a museum, it'll be safe. I'm not worried about anything happening to it there versus, my store or in my home, something could happen to it. So I want to put it on display in the public here. I just need to find a safe way to do that.
Thank you so much for sharing your stories. And that was a really pleasant conversation. And Thank you so much.
You too. I literally don't know what I'm looking at. I don't know shit about sports.
Well, these they sell good in lots. There's some high-priced players in here, like Frank Thomas, who's Hall of Famer. You got some pretty good players in there.
How many are in there total?
That's what I was wondering. Should I count them?
Yeah, I just want to count them out and tell me what you're looking for.
Yeah, not counting these four, which I'll probably keep these four.
Okay.
The rest of them, there's 37 of them there.
Okay. Got a number in mind?
They go for what, about $5 a piece?
Mm-hmm. Five-ish.
Five-ish.
37 times 5 is 185. 120?
Good.
That's okay?
I keep these.
You keep those, yeah, that's all right. All right.
And if that does well for you, I can get you some more.
Okay. I have no idea. I've never bought anything like this. I usually don't do this, but
the reason why I know you'll do wells on them is because people are always looking for to buy a bulk.
Okay.
They're best if you bulk them.
Oh, okay. Just one big lot, yeah.
Well, you can make it your money quicker. Oh. That's up to you, but all right, see you later.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We'll see how I do on that. I'm down to experiment. I kind of gotta keep my eye on him and just be more strict because he turned into, I don't know where he's getting all this shit. He's got so much random stuff that I don't usually buy, and I did one deal with him and it turned into he came back twice in a day, and then he came back 3 times the next week, and then he came back a bunch the next week, and so I bought a lot of stuff from him, and some of it was okay. He sold me a football statue, and it was I paid him $100, I got $300 for it like that, but I didn't pack it properly, which is my fault, and it broke, and I had to refund the whole, I'm just out all the money on that, so, and then I bought a bunch of bobbleheads from him, which haven't sold any of those yet, and then I just bought this big fucking thing, which I don't know what I'm gonna do with yet. I gotta think if I'm gonna do, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet. I got a few cool items I want to show you guys here. So these were brought to me yesterday by a follower. Now the follower, unfortunately, thinks they're worth more than they actually are, so she didn't want to sell these medals. These are table medals. This one's from 1933. I think it's commemorating a king. It's from the Netherlands. This one I'm not very interested in. This one's only like 20 bucks. This one is from World War II. This is the liberation under German occupation, or being liberated from the Nazis. I think from the Netherlands. So it says May 5th, 1945. It's a pretty cool medal. Unfortunately, though, like I said, it is not as expensive as my customer thought. So when I made the offer, she was like, that was it? I was like, yeah, sorry, that's all it's worth. It's not beat up, but it's definitely got a little bit of wear. But I want to point this out because we talked about Karl Goetz in my Third Reich Exonumia and Tokens episode, and we see this design a lot in Third Reich propaganda. The Iron Eagle trouncing the British Lion, you know, the symbols of each country. So this is how it started, and this is how it turned out. Fuck around and find out, Hitler. So these are cool. These, she was kind enough to leave them with me so I can show them off to you guys, but yeah, she just wants too much money. But then I'll show you one more item. Now I want to thank my follower Taylor for sending me this for free, which you guys never have to do, but Taylor was kind enough to do that, and he wrote me a funny note, which I'll quickly read. Enclosed is this package of 50-meter rifle target World War II German. Oh, he gave me like some coffee or tea sweetener, but it's like white powder in a bag. I'm not gonna touch it or take it because we've already done that once with Nazi items. Allegedly. Maybe. Also included is a piece of historic relic. Should include either give you or whatnot or give. Okay. Please ignore the shitty packing. I do hope you're able to make some sweet content. Hope this shit makes you laugh. I want to thank you for all the great content, all the laughs, and all the information. From Taylor. P.S. Fuck Nazis. So, I got 20 bucks for this thing. It's probably worth a little bit more. I gave it to a follower, like a young person who comes in here a lot, and I like cutting deals with local young people. That's not what I want to say. So this piece is already sold. This isn't terribly expensive. If this was like a super specific distinguished unit, then this would probably be more expensive. I got 20 bucks on it. I did cut the person buying it a bit of a deal. It's a young person that comes in here a lot, and he was here right when I opened it. And I was like, all right, 20 bucks. I didn't even pay for it. So yeah, that is, well, when Taylor messaged me and said, I have a Nazi target practice sheet I want to send you, I didn't think it was going to be a bullseye. I thought it was going to be some like hideous Jewish stereotype caricature, but what a pleasant surprise.
He's a creepy old man in a windowless van who wants to babysit the con artist can.
Okay, a decanter. Thingamajig. The thingamajig. Oh, that's kind of cool.
Dude.
Okay. Well, it's actually great for Christmas. I'm gonna actually keep this.
Other way in the bottom.
Other way?
There you go.
Oh, actually, I could use a Christmas decoration. Again, at least you're in time for Christmas. Okay, so that's all of it. I mean, I usually say 25 bucks. That's kind of all I want to be at on this stuff. I'll do 30 because I actually do see some value in this. I think this is made from sand. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 30 bucks. So here's my money back. My grandma used to have one of these, and I remember these are very expensive. This is sand. It's probably hand blown. The rest of it, I don't know. This decanter looks like it's signed. I've done well on the porcelain with him. That's why I'm buying it. I might get 20 bucks on this. This is didn't break. Might get 20 on this. If somebody sees that. Might get so this was a good deal. It's just, I just saw him yesterday. I went and saw a friend of mine I've known for a very long time. He lives about an hour outside the city. He's in a small town. So I hadn't seen him in a couple months. And, you know, actually the last time I saw him, it was 3 days after it was like when I was in the middle of the crazy book shit. And I met up with him at the Renaissance Festival, and I was not doing very well. So, you know, I saw him again. I was like, well, I'm doing better than when he saw me last, but, you know, I feel like I've just fucking aged a ton. I'm just exhausted. And he said, yeah, you look tired. And I was like, you're supposed to be my friend and lie and say I look great. Now I look tired. And I feel like, what does Nathan Lane say in The Birdcage about looking tired? It's like, oh, you mean to say I look old? We'll get into this more in between the pond. I want to say this now, and I don't want to make a big thing about it, but I do want to inject it here because it's my last video of the year. You guys, I'm overwhelmed. overwhelmed with my audience, with dealing with all this, with, you know, I'm sure you guys understand and you know, because those of you who've been following me for a while, you know my story and you know like how I built all this, but the fact is right now, I am doing everything. I am basically, what's an analogy I can make? I'm the CEO of McDonald's and flipping burgers. I'm the star of a movie, but I'm also the writer, the producer, the makeup guy, the stunt guy. I'm doing all the jobs that entail running this business on top of doing all the social media stuff on top. Like, it is too many fucking things for me to do. And I can't hire more help because I don't have more money. I'm at max capacity. Like, again, those of you that you know this has been a magic trick. This has been a little engine that could, and it's getting bigger and better. But I don't have the infrastructure and the money to handle this kind of volume and this much demand. And this thing has scaled so fast and I didn't have a way to scale it. And so I'm trying the best I fucking can, but I have gotten really, really crabby in the last 2 months and really just fucking stressed out. And I guess I just want to say, if it seems like I am being a jerk, and I've said this again, I am sorry that I'm coming off like that. Really, truly, I'm not. And those of you that know me personally, you know that I'm not, but there's too many things going on and I fucking can't handle it. And I'm doing the best I can, but I'm at a point now where, so here's the rule, here's what's going on. I've had a few people on Whatnot turn into fucking Karens, and I just, usually, especially on eBay with the feedback score being a gun to your head, I bend over backwards to accommodate. And I pride myself on my customer service abilities and the fact that, like, I'm really, really good at customer service. I can count on one hand before this the number of interactions that I've not been able to fix and have tried. I'm very good at communicating and being personable and making things right and seeing when things are wrong and making them right. But I'm at a point now where I have so many people I'm dealing with, it's basically turning into a boutique service, and that if you're gonna be difficult, I can't handle your business, I don't need your business, and I don't want your business. And I never thought I would say that. But just where I'm at right now, and those, like, I'm sure there's some of you like scoffing at that, but just walk a mile in my shoes and see how many different ways I'm being pulled and how much demand I have. And the fact, like, God bless my right-hand man, I can't believe he's handling this as well as he is, just with the amount of demand. We've been pulling, this whole week has been 12 plus hour days. I did that again this week. I beat my record for the longest shift I've ever worked, but I was happy, because I love what I do. This is great, but I just can't keep up with this. I am a human being, and I have so many fucking inquiries on any given day. I walk in here and there's hundreds of messages, and we got to go through all of them because I don't know what they are. And meanwhile, so what I want to say now again is, if you're going to be difficult, if you're going to be a Karen, if you're going to complain, if you're gonna, then next, off you go. What I'm doing now on Whatnot is, I've had a few people message me and be difficult. What I do, and I love doing this, when somebody writes a very long thing like this, I respond with K. Just K. The letter K. I don't even read it. It's the biggest fuck you I can do to them. And I'm doing kind of the same thing now on eBay. I have an automated message. It says, I'm too busy. I'm not going to read this. Because I'm not. Because I can't. My jewelry person's reading some of the eBay messages. At least I got her for that. She's here part-time. I can't divest the amount of time into good customer service right now. I just can't. And that, I'm sorry to say it. So what I want to cap this off by saying is, if you're going to be difficult, I'm just not going to cater to you. Simple as that. And I learned this, and we're going to have Andrea on the program here in some point next year. The owner of Nail Ninja is famous, locally famous. She is so busy and so successful and it's a different business. It's a boutique service, but she is not even taking new clients now because she can't handle it. They just opened up a new location and they have so much business. They're picking and choosing who's going to be their customers. Because if you're difficult, they got a sign hanging there that says, it basically says, if you're a bitch, out you go. I'm going to start to take a page on that. I have to, because I am not going to put up with people's shit and the amount of stupid, crazy shit I've been dealing with. Mainly just like Whatnot. But I had some asshole, he got silver. He spent $600 and some. He got silver below spot. I lost money. I was doing it just to accommodate for Whatnot because of this referral thing. Oh, Whatnot's going well. But this jackass got toned silver, and he sends me this fucking Karen message today being like, the silver I got is fire damaged. And I was like, I looked at it, I was like, no, it's just tarnished, you dumb fuck. And like, do you not know anything about silver? So basically, I just said, I think you need to educate yourself about silver. Please watch my content. I was nice at first, and then he sent me a thing like this, and so I just said K, and I blocked him. So that's what we're doing going forward. Don't be difficult. I'm not gonna put up with it. Hopefully next year I can hire more employees, I can have more money in this business. I can make it so that I can focus here on the content. This is what I want to do. This is the driving force of this business for expansion. But I've expanded pretty quick, and I haven't been able to keep up with my own expansion. So I need to be doing everything at once right now. And until I can focus and make this my only focus, and then I can insulate beneath me and have a proper staff where I can accommodate literally millions of people, this is what you're getting. Hopefully I'm less crabby. Maybe this little break I'm about to take is going to help. And the other thing I want to leave you guys with, silver is silver. Doesn't matter if it's in a coin, in a bar shape, doesn't fucking matter. It's all silver. If you have silver in front of you and it's a good deal, buy it. It's a commodity. Don't be picky about the price. Don't be picky about the fucking quality. If it's got tarnish on it, that usually drives up the price. There's fucking nothing wrong with it. Educate yourself about a product before you buy it. And if you get a good deal, never look a gift horse in the mouth. It's my biggest pet peeve. When I give somebody a good deal and they scoff, they turn around after like, well, and they want to complain. It's like, I should have given the good deal to someone else who actually appreciates it. It was a waste of my charity to give you a good deal. Yeah. That aggressive.
This is pretty cool. Demented Silver, who, to be totally honest, I don't think I've ever heard of you, or maybe you messaged me and I don't remember. But you paid the toll, you sent me some silver, I didn't ask you to, it's awesome. So you get a spot on the leaderboard and a free shout out. So you guys go follow Demented Silver, they make really cool products. Or maybe you did message me, I just don't remember because I have so much shit going on, I barely remember what day it is. Oh, that's super cool. It's like a buzzard eating a body and play on Mexican owns on the back. Awesome. All right, well, let's put you up on the board. Look at that. I just got my auction gavel from my Whatnot auctions. I literally spent $50 on a fancy gavel that says, Pawn Man, sold. Hell yeah.
Really quickly, you guys, before we get into the end of the year wrap up, I have to thank all my sponsors here on YouTube. Without my sponsorship, this would be so much more difficult for me. Yeah, as you guys know, this business costs me so much money. It is a money pit, and the fact that I'm just struggling to run this business while also continuing to make content because I know that this is my growth and this is how I continue to expand and attract new audience, new customers, keep educating people. So it's really hard for me to split my time the way that I do, and these sponsors make my life just a little bit easier. So I want to thank all the sponsors I had here in 2022. These sponsors are Charlie Mack, New York City, Brooklyn on Instagram, Guardian Group Services, Local Coin Company, and of course, Bullion Daddy. Appalachian Rocks this week, Reaper Precious Metals, The Gold Store in Sarasota, Florida, Jolly Puff on YouTube, SC Stacker, and Maryland Munitions. Now, those are my official sponsors. Obviously, we picked some charities. These charities were, it's just somebody privately paid and said pick a charity, so I did. I can't say that they were my sponsors. In fact, the lawyers may not like if I did. But all these sponsors, you guys have been instrumental to me continuing to grow and have Pawn Man for all of you to enjoy. So just know that their support has been tremendous. I will say what I'd like to do next year, instead of running around trying to secure a sponsor every week and holding the episodes hostage until I get a sponsor, I'd like to just get a sponsor once a month. Like one person buy me out for the whole month. I'll wear your shirt. So for a whole month, you have all my content. You have TikTok, you have YouTube, all the YouTube content I'm putting out. Anything under the umbrella of that month is what you're getting. I'm really hoping to have that starting in January of next year. I don't have anyone lined up yet, or if not January, then February. I'm thinking initially maybe $1,800 a month. I don't know for sure, but I would think you're gonna get your money's worth on all the eyes I have on me with your merch or just me talking about your brand. Now, I can't do it to the point where I'm just shamelessly selling myself out. I have had a few advertisements I've turned down because it's shameless, and I don't wanna destroy my reputation while trying to make some money on the side. But I'm really looking for monthly sponsors instead of weekly sponsors. You're buying my TikTok as well to do this with my 1.2 million followers. So let me know if you're interested in a longer sponsorship opportunity, anybody watching. And with that, let's close out the year. What's going on, you guys? We're between the pawn for the end of the year. I'm Evan, and this is my gold and silver business. Before we recap the entire year and answer questions and make some announcements, all kinds of fun stuff, once again, I sincerely want to thank my sponsor, Appalachian Rocks. Visit Appalachian Rocks website or visit them on Etsy and use promo code PAWNMAN to get 20% off. And with that, you guys, it's the end of the year. This is the last video I'm gonna be putting out till some point in January. I don't have an exact date when I'm gonna be returning yet. I need a couple weeks to attempt to recoup my brain. We're gonna switch up the order how we do things for this Between the Pawn. I'm gonna make a couple announcements, we're gonna do questions, and then I'm gonna recap the whole year and just say a few closing remarks. So let's start off with a couple final announcements for the year. Number one, those of you who've been watching me on Whatnot, you know how successful I have been on Whatnot. I actually, not to sound arrogant, I really do think I'm gonna fucking conquer this app because my competition on there is 9. My business we're up 30% this month. 30 fucking percent in 1 month because of Whatnot. I have found a way to free up all the shit I have sitting in my basement that I've been sitting on forever because everything sells. A lot of the stuff is selling for more than it would sell for on eBay. I'm doing amazing on some jewelry pieces. This is gonna turn my business around. like I said, revenue's up a third in a fucking month, and it's not going away. The problem is, this requires me to work a 14-hour day, a 12 to 14-hour day, where, I gotta come in here at 10 a.m., and the show starts usually at 8, and I don't get done until about 10:30, 11, and if I'm still here at the store, I start packaging orders, and if not, I come in the next day, and I start off my day with 60 orders I have to package myself, and it is really causing me a lot of stress and problems. It's to the point now, this is what we're gonna segue into for the next announcement. We have a time limit now. Unless you are spending thousands of dollars with me, I can't say I don't want you to my store, because like that's not a thing. I like don't like walking traffic now. I like don't like it when people come into my store, because I am so insanely busy trying to do all this shit and do the whatnot and keep it up, and it's just too much shit going on and I'm coming apart. And so the worst thing that somebody can do to me right now is come into my store for half an hour, eat up 30 minutes of my time, and it doesn't matter if they buy something or not. If they're spending thousands of dollars, that's a different story. But if they're buying, even a couple $100s worth of stuff is not worth my time, in that it is taking away from me, which means I gotta stay late, which means it fucks everything up. And I don't have enough help. I can't hire more help because I don't have the money for it. This has provided an expansion that is too quick, and I'm trying to figure out how to make it work, and I haven't figured it out yet. So going forward, the rule is you have a 10-minute time limit in here. I will ask you to leave if you're here more than 10 minutes. This is a place of business. This is not a social club. This is not a place to come be entertained by me for free. If you want to be entertained by me for free, or you want to buy 1-2 ounces of silver, then come in and buy 1-2 ounces of silver, but don't stay for half an hour and eat up my time, because you're hurting me. It's very hard for me to convey this and not sound like a jerk, but the fact is, time is money, and this is a business here, and I gotta make some business decisions, and I gotta do what's best for my time. So 10-minute time limit going forward. How I'm gonna keep up with this whatnot thing and not burn out, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna burn out, because I am having quite a lot of fun. It's really hard. I'm very stressed out. I'm working very hard. I don't know how to keep up with it. I'm figuring this out as I go, but that's the major announcement, is there's a time limit here. A whole host of other really exciting guests are gonna be on the program next year. I don't want to say who. I've got some major social media influencers lined up to stop by. I have a couple people coming by that don't really have a whole lot to do with gold or silver. I'll find something to talk about, but I've got some really big names coming on the program next year, so I'm really excited about that. We're also going to be doing some, I don't have a name for it yet. I'm going to be taking field trips and doing events, and I've been invited. I can't say which one. I am going to be a guest of honor and keynote speaker at a major coin show next year, but they told me to not say which one. They're giving me a camera crew. Seriously. Oh, I'm so excited to not have to fucking film the shit myself. So a lot of fun stuff planned for next year for the YouTube program here and on social media. And finally, we have some really cool bullion products I'm going to be launching next year. In fact, I'm wrapping this up quick because I'm taking a meeting with a local, very famous business to see if they want to collaborate with me on some silver bullion. I'm going to use this to expand here around the Twin Cities and see if other famous establishments are interested in teaming up with me to do some limited run silver bullion stuff. I have some people planned out. This place I'm going to tonight is very locally famous. I'm pretty excited about the prospects. It's kind of weird and outside their element because it's a bar, but this could be a lot of fun. So, and this could just be a really great opportunity. On top of that, I have some great silver bullion products I'm going to be launching myself next year. I'm teaming up with Lady Liberty Bullion to be doing a lot of really cool, I've been doing the AR-15s and other different guns that are made from silver because he's got a 3D printer. We have a lot more guns coming next year. I'll tell you guys that much. I have some other stuff. I don't want to say what. Those of you that like true crime, you're going to really like some of the products I'm putting out next year. Really cool stuff. And of course, we're gonna have some more Con Man vs. Pawn Man bullion as well, and some other Con Man vs. Pawn Man stuff coming. It's funny, the merchandise, I ain't selling shit for the Con Man vs. Pawn Man, but boy, those silver bullion bars, I sold a lot of those and I made a lot of money. So we're gonna be doing a lot more with that. I'm really excited. But with that, let's get into the final questions of the year, and then let's talk about the year, recap everything that happened, because this has been the craziest, most intense year of my life, the most defining year of my life, by far. All right, so question 1 coming in from Matt Weinman. Matt says, what's the best book to start learning about paper currency or coins? Just get the red book. For coins, seriously, just get the red book. Read it cover to cover. It's very boring because it's a price guide, but it'll familiarize you with all American coins. As far as world coins go, I really think that you're better off watching videos than you are reading books. Books about coins are very hard to read. They are dense. They are not well written. The best coin book I read was Striking Change, which I've talked about before, and it is, I'll be honest, I didn't even finish it. It was so dense and dull, and it was interesting, I guess, but yeah, it's hard to read books about coins because I actually, according to, I don't want to say who, a major influencer said, you are becoming the face of this whole industry, and you are doing that by making it exciting. I'm really trying to make a subject that is traditionally not exciting. There's a lot of resources you can check out here on YouTube besides me. I would say watch videos, especially younger people. Reading books about this stuff, it can be very cumbersome. I'll tell you guys, one book you all have to read that's a great book and it teaches you so much about this business is Rick Harrison's book. It was one of the first things I read getting into this industry, and it's a fabulous read, it's a lot of fun, and it's very informative. Question 2. How do you cap off a year besides taking a vice grip and twisting off my nipples while your nuts hang up Deco Monster Gal? I kind of want to do this thing next year where all the introductions for Techo Monster Gal, they get more and more vivid and intense and disgusting. You didn't ask for it. I'm sure you don't deserve it. You probably aren't a fat, hairy, gross old man who, I'm Techo Monster Gal. See, I just summarized the joke for those of you that don't understand it, but I'm having a lot of fun with it. Too much fun. How are your skills at science/math? According to the ACT, I am dumber than a fucking post, but I do not believe in standardized tests. I think they're a bunch of fucking bullshit. I got into the University of Minnesota, a very hard school, that rejected me on my ACT scores. I didn't bother with the SAT because I was smart enough to figure out a loophole, and I got in easily, so how dumb could I possibly be? I hate standardized tests. I've never done well in the categories of science or math on standardized tests specifically. Like, actually, my ACT science score was like, do you remember to breathe every day? Because it seems like you didn't get enough oxygen as a baby. That bad. How are they actually, though? Science, I always had some problems with, like the really intense math. I'm very fascinated by intense, like, you know, like abstract physics and stuff like that. But like, my girlfriend is a math major and is fucking brilliant, and I watched her sometimes doing math stuff, and I just am like, fuck, I don't remember how to do that. I was always very good at it in high school, but I also never took AP classes. I always took basic classes because it was like, I know which school I want to go to. I wanted to go to the University of Minnesota because I wasn't adventuresome or traveled, and I think I can get in here. I think I'm smart enough to get in here, so why the fuck would I stress myself out taking hard AP classes and cutting my time at college short? I never took hard classes, and I always got A's and B's. Also, my parents bribed me with a car when I was 16 because I wasn't doing well when I was 15, and they said, you make B honor roll or better, we'll buy you any car you want. And I did. I never got bad grades again. So I'm pretty good at science and math. I'm pretty good at guessing math. I'm great at probability. I don't like to gamble, but I'm good at odds gambling. Question 3 for Between the Pond. How often do you see trade dollars? And what's the best story that you have heard from a customer about an item they are selling to you? I see trade dollars about every 2-3 months. However, usually when I see them, they're fake. Be very careful with trade dollars, you guys. They are faked a lot because if they're real, they are hella expensive. They're also one of my favorite American coins. The best story I have about an item being sold to me, well, most recently, you guys might have seen the TikTok. I forget if I put it here on YouTube or not. I had a customer sell me a bag of Nazi teeth. Apparently his grandpa killed a Nazi in the war and pried out his teeth as a trophy, his gold teeth, and he sold the gold teeth to me. I paid $200 for them over the melt value, and I'm gonna keep them forever because I love the karma, my Jewish ass having a fucking Nazi trophy sitting in my back safe. So that right now is my favorite item I bought, or the best story. All right, question 4 coming in from Sir Buddy's Worth. Question for the next Between the Pond. What is the most expensive 9/11 recovery coin you've owned and your father has owned? So I actually haven't looked at my collection in over a year. I have it cataloged somewhere. I have about 20 of them. It's like a full PCGS box. My collection's worth about 15K of 9/11 recovery coins. I have a gold coin from Mexico, and it's very exotic to have other world coins, other precious metal world coins besides the Jamaica ones for the 9/11 recovery coins, because most of them are silver eagles. So I tried to pick a few. Maybe it's from South Africa. It's either from Mexico or South Africa. It's like a quarter ounce of gold, but it's worth like $2,000-$3,000. So that's it for me. I gotta look again. Maybe one of these episodes in the future next year, we'll go check out some of my safety deposit boxes, because I keep a decent amount of business inventory off site here that I bought it, I owned it, I'm gonna tuck it away. If I'm having a rainy day, something's wrong in the business, I can go tap into that. I don't want to touch it. I put it away with the intention of allowing it to mature in value, mainly the precious metal quantity. For me, that's it. For my dad actually did have an MS-70 2001 Gold Eagle. I shudder to think what he sold it for. He might have sold it for like 6,000 or 7,000 or something. It's worth about 70K now. And I'm like cringing like this because he told me when he sold it that he was making a mistake, but he didn't have a choice because my parents lost all their money and they didn't have money to buy fucking food. So he had to liquidate everything. And it is a fucking bummer he doesn't have that anymore. Because MS-70 Gold Eagles that are 2001s, that is the creme de la creme, cream of the fucking crop for 9/11 recovery coins. A 1 ounce 2001 Gold Eagle has got a perfect score. So that. Next question coming in from Cool Moose. Cool Moose writes, with you buying art, if someone came into the shop and gave you a reasonable offer for a painting, would you sell it? I don't know. It depends on the offer. But I really like all of them, and I have handpicked all of them. And I'm enjoying this collection that I'm building here. Looking around at it, you know, if the price was right, yeah, I guess I would let you buy it. I had a lady, somebody offered me $1,000 on my clown painting, and I said no. And I paid 200 and something for it a year and a half ago. But I have grown attached to it. I like it as part of my identity here. It reminds me of me, mainly the crazy part. So no, I don't want to pick apart my store. There's some that I really wouldn't want to sell. I don't know, probably not, but maybe. Make me an offer I can't refuse and we'll go from there. Question 6, coming in from, question for Christmas episode. Sorry, got a little late because I don't do Q&As on Pawn Man episodes. What is your favorite Christmas present I ever got as a child? Well, so mom was raised Catholic, dad was raised Jewish, mom converted. I was raised Jewish, but I'd celebrate Christmas because my grandma never converted. So I would double up. Only child, I would get Hanukkah gifts and I would get Christmas gifts too. You know, getting my PlayStation 2 for Hanukkah, 2001 was a really good memory. That winter was just some of the best memories of my life was 2001, 2002, like right after 9/11 into 2002, because it was like kind of me becoming an adult. I had just met all my friends who are my best friends now. I had some really great memories that winter and getting that PlayStation 2. I love that PlayStation 2, but the best memory I have of getting a gift as a kid was 1996. Nintendo 64 had just come out. I wanted one so bad, and my dad said, I tried, son, we tried, we couldn't get it, we tried so hard. And I had come to terms with, well, I guess I'm just not gonna get it. It was 10 o'clock and my mom woke me up. She goes, Evan, I think I heard something. And I got out of bed. Evan, I think I heard Santa. I'm like, where? Mom's like, Santa's here. And so she'd like throw something and be like, there he is. And like my parents had like all this like Santa shit laying around the house. And then it was like, there's his hat, here's his hat, Evan. And so then I'm running around the house looking for Santa and I'm like really excited. And the doorbell rings like 80 times, like, boop, 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 boop. And my mom's screaming, Evan, Santa just left. Here he goes, look at him, he's flying away. And I go running out. I'm like, oh, I think I see him. It's a big Toys R Us bag. And I opened the Toys R Us bag and it was a Nintendo 64. And like nobody got one. And I found out years later, my dad went to Toys R Us and in the fucking day the N64 came out and he didn't go in the front where everybody was mobbing, fighting to get in, lining up. He went around the back. And he found a delivery driver and he fucking bribed him $500 and the delivery driver skimmed one off the top of the delivery and that's, they got me a Nintendo 64 with Mario 64 and I stayed up, even though I was really sick, like all night playing Mario 64. Question 8, St. Mithy writes, any thoughts on SLP store merch? Yeah, it's on my list of shit to do. The problem is, if I'm doing logos, like I gotta pay somebody to design them and it's not cheap to have those designed and I don't sell fucking shit for my logo I have it between this design, the other design, and the Conman vs. Pawnman design since I launched Pawnman. If I sold more merch, yeah, but I kind of don't give a shit about that right now. Honestly, I'd rather have my employees wear Pawnman shit than SLP merch, but what would be easier, what I might do, I might just get SLP bullion. That'd be way easier, and I bet people would actually buy that. Question 8 coming in from Mr. Z3417. How do you define success? Big fan, Daniel. Can you think of how your life was and how it is now and how you've improved and secured a future for yourself or secured something solid for yourself? That's how I'm defining my success, because my success is, and I say this all the time, but every fucking day I think about it. 4 years ago, I was worth negative $50,000. I was so poor. The smallest little thing would fuck my life up. I would have, when I was an Uber driver, I'd blow a tire and that $400 expense of getting a new tire. Little things would break and they would never get fixed because I never had the money for it. And so just having money in the bank, having financial security, not having to fucking worry about money like I used to, and I still do worry about money, but it's not like I used to. I'm not dirt poor. That's how I define success is, can you look back, see where you started, see where you are, and measure the upward slope and just think like, God damn. And last question of the year. coming in from my New York friend Jordan. Jordan, what's going on, my guy? Jordan says, platinum has massively underperformed gold since 2008. What are your thoughts on platinum coins or bullion versus gold coins or bullion going forward? Let's get this response on a future between the pawn. Love you, brother. Wow. You guys, platinum is really fucking rare. All the platinum in the world could fit into my store. It's that rare. Its uses are not as functional as gold. You can do more with gold than you can with platinum. Platinum got a little fucked by automakers because they ditched it in favor of palladium for catalytic car converters. I think platinum is a damn good buy, especially because its price has been cut in half, and it is so rare. The only thing that is offsetting about platinum on the Earth's sphere is the ice, the Arctic is melting, and there are massive platinum reserves that could be discovered with the melting Arctic. And what happens if we discover a reserve that is 10 times the size of what we know now? I mean, you know, this is like what happened with the Ugandan gold, this massive trove of gold that was discovered in Uganda. Just because they find it doesn't mean that it comes out of the ground right away and goes into people's pockets. It takes years to get stuff out of the ground, mine it, figure out contracts, figure out rights, all that. But platinum could get fucked up if a large enough reserve is discovered. That said, I think platinum right now is a hell of a buy, and we are seeing platinum start to climb again. So I would strongly recommend platinum, but I would recommend getting platinum as part of a precious metal portfolio. And I do recommend all of you diversify with your metals. Get gold, get silver, get platinum. I would do the most in silver, second most in gold, third most in platinum, but I think platinum's got a lot of room to crawl. So all right, you guys, with that, let's summarize the year, kind of look back and just talk about the great highs and some lows that we've had here. Me personally and in my business and just as, you know, growing pawn man, because like I said, this has been the craziest year of my life, by far, by far. In fact, I actually went and I rewatched my holiday and my end of the year episode last year. Boy, it just, things have changed so much. I mean, some of my attitudes have changed, this business has changed, the people who worked here have changed. So let's go back. We'll start last January. Well, I got me a restraining order. You know what did that?
Get out of my store. I'm gonna physically remove you from the store. I'm gonna give you the count of 10 right now.
So you know, I've moved on. I'm still pretty spiteful about what happened with the old shop just because I was so massively shit on and mistreated, and you guys know I have a vengeful side. If I got an axe to grind, I fucking grinded in my thoughts to an unhealthy degree. That dumb bitch handed me a silver platter to protect myself from her, hopefully forever, because I am going to renew it. It was a lot of fun. Fun's the wrong word, because I am legitimately concerned about her because she is actually crazy and dangerous. But it was quite a way to start the year, and that was the first week of last year. Started with, I got a letter from Hennepin County that I have county protection. It's great. So I feel safe. I love it. That was a great way to start the year. And like that kind of segues as far as business goes, because they're the only people I'm like really competing with and like trying to take all their business. And that was the start of a year where I have done that. I have taken away so much business, not just from them, but from everyone around me. I am killing it here. We are so busy. We were starting to ramp up a lot. I am becoming one of the top gold stores in Minnesota, period, the whole fucking state. As far as social media goes, I literally don't have any competition. Nobody, even still, they all know about me. They're all kind of afraid of me, actually. It's either they're trying to work with me or they really don't like me and they're afraid of me. So January moving in, I mean, we were getting busier. The online presence was growing. It wasn't growing super fast. It was steadily growing. But then as winter started to turn to spring, two things happened. Something happened here in the business, and then something happened well, I got a lot of attention. Let's talk about the fun thing. Triple B. Y'all remember that fat fuck? One of the things that we did here, I used my social media audience to try to get a serial robber arrested. Although the videos I put out did not directly lead to his arrest, I definitely raised the alarm about him. And I can't prove it, but I think I'm why he went to Wisconsin. I think the fact that I raised such an alarm about him, I was screaming on social media. I had to call the fucking FBI because local police did not give a fuck about arresting this guy. I have a pet theory that he was some kind of an informant. I don't know. He did get convicted. He crossed state lines. There was a shootout. When I called the FBI, I literally said, he's going to cross state lines. Somebody's going to get hurt. This guy's violent. He's armed. He's dangerous. So I don't know how much I had to do with him getting a more extreme sentence. I forget what he got sentenced to. He did get sentenced, and it's over 10 years. He's fucked. But we took down a bad guy, kind of, sort of. Shortly after that, we had actually, it was probably around the same time. We had a major shakeup here in the business. I lost somebody who I started this business with, and at the time, I was very distraught that it happened. I now recognize that it had to happen, and I still am not gonna shed too much light on it. I don't wanna... It was an unfortunate thing that happened. Nobody got fired. It was a Well, kinda. I had to issue an ultimatum. What I can say about it for sure, what I'm really comfortable to say is we had a little bit of a Yoko Ono kind of situation going on where somebody who did not work here, who had nothing to do with this business, was impacting somebody who did. And it was costing me money on so many levels. It was costing me money in lost productivity. It was costing me money in lost labor. It was costing me money in distraction. I was in the middle of a fucking relationship that I wasn't even fucking in. And it was killing me. It was stressing me out so much. And it was so, at the end of the day, hideously unnecessary. And I had to draw a line. Monday, first day of, not this person not being here, my new jewelry person walked in. It was like, I almost believe in fate because of this. Coincidentally, the day after, walked in here looking for a job. And I said, I was like, did someone tell you something happened? Because you're coming at an uncanny time. And I had heard of this person from other dealers before. I had heard that I should hire her. I can't say her name because she wants nothing to do with YouTube. She's older. She's very private. Oh my God, I love her. Oh my God, she is a money-making machine. Her expertise is fucking incredible. Incredible. What a godsend. So spring starts to turn to summer and all's going well. But then in April, I took a trip to New Orleans with my girlfriend for her birthday. And I came back and I found out on the day coming back that I was out of money. I've been doing these short-term loans, 15%, 6 months. I'm not doing them anymore because I now have I have somebody giving me a very good loan and I don't need to keep doing this, thank God. But I thought the people I had lined up to give me these loans were gonna do another round with me, and they said, no, we want our money back. You paid us now twice on these short-term loans, but we just don't trust the economy. We want to get paid out. So I had to pay them back and I had no money and I flipped the fuck out. But luckily I was able to be resilient and I had some people step up out of the woodwork. I don't want to say any names here. Just to everyone who's loaned me money, holy fucking shit, thank you all so much. There's about 5 of you. I treasure you so much for the help. And even, I'm certainly not complaining here that you guys wanted your money back. I totally understand. I'm not upset at all. I'm so grateful that you bestowed this kindness on me. So I was able to dodge a crisis, and quite a crisis, but it was pretty stressful. I took a bunch of trips over the summer. I went to New York City. I went to Portland. Just a very good summer of honing my craft, honing my audience. I started injecting sponsorship here on YouTube, but then August turned to September. We don't need to keep going. We all know what happened. This is what really made the year. This is what I picked up 1 million followers overnight. My entire life changed forever. The simple fact is, we have talked about it again and again and again, and I'm ready to move on with my life. The only thing I still want to say, I have said it. I know it's going in circles still. I know it'll never happen now, but I just wish I had gotten equal coverage from the media on the back end. Because if you Google my name it still looks like I used a war crime to get famous. It still looks like I hoaxed the whole thing. The media did not report that indeed most of these photos were real. I think it's very lazy journalism. I'm very angry that this happened because my reputation got destroyed. I've had some dangerous things happen. I've had some dangerous things happen that I haven't talked about because I don't want to give it any air. I don't want to give anybody ideas. I don't want to scare anyone. I just wish the media had been more responsible and done something to dispel the fucking negativity that they rained down upon me with biting into this fucking internet nonsense that I used a war crime to get famous. It just fries me. And I know it's never gonna happen. It's too late. No, it just, like, nothing's gonna happen. I just have to accept it. I really truly believe I've been absolved from this whole thing. It was quite a learning experience. I hope I never have to deal with anything like it again. With that though, you guys, let's cap off the year. This has been the most incredible year of my life. This has overall been a very good year. Obviously I've had a lot of turbulence the last couple months. I've been just ungodly stressed out, but I have a lot of hopes and goals and dreams for next year. Like I said, last year to this year, I can't believe how far I've come. I can only imagine what next year is gonna look like. I'll give you guys a teaser. I'm talking about expanding my store. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it work yet. I'm in talks right now with the landlord. It is to move into the big unit. He wants a lot of money, and I don't know financially if I'm gonna be able to swing it. It's number one on my agenda right now is figuring out a way to make it work. On top of that, I'm thinking about doing other things for expansion, other fun stuff here that we're gonna be doing. Just stay tuned, you guys, because it has been quite an adventure. I rewatched my Christmas episode, the first one when I worked at the old shop the other day. I can't believe how far I've come. I can't believe how much my persona, my voice has come. I found my identity here. And if you watch the old videos versus now, I've gotten confident is what I've gotten. I've discovered who I am and who I'm gonna be. I know where I'm going, and now I'm just grinding forward. But thank you guys, all of you watching, all of you supporting me. I wouldn't have any of this success were it not for you guys. It's been a crazy year. I'm sure next year is gonna be even crazier. but I have great followers and supporters, and thank you guys. This is my last video for a couple weeks. I'm gonna be back in mid to late January. I don't know when. I will be posting some pawn hubs. I will be posting some blooper reels. There will be some other stuff here. I will be posting on TikTok probably every day too, because you can't take a break with TikTok. I will see you guys back here for another fantastic year of Pawn Man. Thank you guys.